Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video we are going to be talking about pink Rosa. Now I'm not quite sure what variety of succulent is this, if it is Graptoveria pink Rosa or Graptopelaum pink Rosa. I'm not very sure. Most probably I don't think this is a Graptopelaum because this looks more like a hybrid variety. Now this is the only name that I could get from the seller, was it was being labeled as pink Rosa. So talking about the care requirements, it is a pretty easy to grow succulents. Now this variety is something that I have seen recently among the sellers. I haven't seen this like a couple of years back. This was purchased a year and a half back to 2 years, probably 2 years back. I had purchased this succulent. Now when the seller had this succulent, it was very pink. Right now it's not catching much color in this camera, but it is very pink in color. Care requirements, it's very easy because I did not have much trouble. All you have to do is just give it basic care. I found this succulent to be extremely easy to grow. The colors unfortunately are not picking up on this camera. I will share a picture of it separately from another phone, so you will be able to get an idea. You can see the leaves are extremely beautiful, very matte finish. They are not very shiny, they have this very matte look, but extremely beautiful. They resemble a little bit like the color is little bit like Opalina, but the leaves are very small. They are more triangular compared to Opalina. Opalina has a slightly longer leaves, but this is an absolutely gorgeous succulent. The soil remains the same. What we use for our other succulents has to be loose, porous and well draining. Ensure that you do not overwater the succulent. You can see the leaves are quite chubby, which means it can store more water. So ensure that you water only when the soil is completely bone dry. And when your soil is completely bone dry, water until the water starts passing through the drain hole. I haven't seen any bug attacks, which means that it is quite resilient towards mealybugs and other insects. But again, as I said, if it tends to bloom, it might attract aphids. Now this is not a pink Rosa. It is probably, I suspect it is Echeveria dark eyes. I'm not very sure, probably it is one of them. But you can see all of these three Rosas are doing absolutely beautiful. I love this succulent so much, so I had purchased around 4 to 5 of them. I have I think I purchased 4 of them. I have another one in another arrangement. You might have seen it in the previous video wherein I was talking about the so-called infamous moonstone, but which turns out to be the Graptoveria variety. I had made a video, so there is one of them in that arrangement and there are 3 in this. So extremely easy to take care. Ensure that you give it a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Only then you will be able to see that beautiful color. So they become extremely pink in color. Looks absolutely beautiful. If you are going to keep it in indirect bright light, probably the colors won't perk up much, and it's going to look a slightly ash gray in color if it doesn't get a good amount of light. But if you're going to give it a good amount of morning direct sunlight, then it is going to turn very pink in color. Apart from that, I'm not very sure. As I said, I'm not very sure whether it is Graptoveria or Graptopelaum, but it doesn't look like it belongs to the Echeveria family. Again, I'm not very sure, so I can't comment much about the dormancy and the non-dormancy. I'm not quite aware. Again, I don't want to give you any information based on assumption. I'm not very familiar with the exact genus, but if anyone has been growing this succulent and has the correct genus, please do let me know. It will be very helpful. But as of now, for me, it's not a big issue because I do not add any nutrients or fertilizers, whether it's dormant or non-dormant. I do not add any fertilizers, so it's not a big deal for me. That's why I add if it's a Graptoveria, I add Graptoveria and Echeverias together. They all do quite well, so it's not a big deal for me. But for people who tend to use fertilizers, it could be a problem, because in case if you tend to add it during its dormancy period, it could lead to problems. But other than that, without even knowing the variety, I found this succulent to do absolutely beautiful, very healthy. It's called as pink Rosa, very hardy succulent. I don't give much care requirement to it. I probably water it when the soil is completely bone dry. It has been doing absolutely fine. One of the succulent again which did not dry out completely, even without watering it for 2.5 months. I was away. Even then the succulent has been doing extremely well, and then when I got back I started watering it, but it did not have much wrinkles. It was looking absolutely beautiful. It was more stressed because it did not get any water for 2.5 months, and it was in indirect bright light. It had got stressed because of lack of water, but other than that the succulent was doing absolutely well. There were no mealy bugs, maybe 1 or 2 dry leaves, but other than that the succulent was looking exactly the way it's looking right now. So if you want to add this in your collection, you can definitely add it in your collection. It's a very easy to grow succulent. Absolutely, it will just change the entire arrangement look, because it gives a nice look of the color pink. So this is the another pink Rosa that I have. Slight damage, probably due to water or something like that. It has got sunburn, but otherwise it's doing absolutely beautiful after putting it in the other arrangement. This was the earlier arrangement that I had made. All of the succulents are doing absolutely good. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.